In this video tutorial I will show you how to run the create, edit, update sample which we had on our last example here on my small ASP.NET tutorial or example. We are here now in the index, and inside the index we are able to run a create, and with the create feature or with the create method we come to the view which is called edit at the behind. So when we are there and have a look on there, we are, how may we see that? New, here we are at edit, and we make an edit post back to the edit form or view. And when we set something up, let's say plus 16 example 16, and we save it, then we move to the edit postback, which is the postback for creating a dataset and updating a dataset. And now we have added the dataset to the database, and now we are also able to edit this. So we are here at our ASP at our MVC controller language or systematic. So this is edit and the ID again there, and we may set some text, or let's say here I take 16b for example and save it. So it comes back to the same post back, run it, and then we are here at our new example. So how does this work? First I changed my model in this way that I swapped the create views article new or create to edit. So it's because edit is always the same, nearly the same if you create something new or if you edit in a form. So we renamed it to edit, and then we're loading the same view model, which consists of an article and a drop-down list. And inside this view we have the form action, and now the form action goes back to edit or edit postback. So I defined that it's better to separately say postback, so it's definitely clear. And I added the argument here ASP root. So this is a system collection generic dictionary here, ASP.NET Core MVC tag helper. So this is when we set their ASP root ID, there's also added the ID of our current dataset, and this is the ID number which we need in MVC controller. So when we create something new, then at that moment here will be a 0, and if we edit something there will be a number in there. And we post it back to the postback with this ID. And then we have there an additional field which is a hidden field, input type hidden, with ASP4 with a number which is not visible at the example. And then we have a lot of fields which we define, and when we submit it to the ASP action edit postback. Now we have a look on the controllers, article controller. First we started with a create. We create a new dataset. So when we jump to the method create, then we will finally go to the edit view, create, and then we jump to the edit view. And then when we are back there, we will say we need a drop-down list where we may select our product groups, and we need then we create this view model which is in there, and we say inside there we set the drop down list product groups. Let's say this is a drop down product groups. Then this is the new this is the setting for this drop down, and inside there is the article there, and the article is we define it when we set it up. Then we say the new article, so there is a 0 in there. The ID for the beginning stuff is 0. The article ID, the article class, when we go there we will see there's the ID article, and it's an integer, so when we say new, then the default value will be there a 0, and then we send then we open the view edit with this view model inside, and then we come to the edit, so all that stuff opens, shows that stuff, and there's also the drop down list, which is a select in our form. And then when we edit something, we send it back to postback. That's what we do now. We go to the index. Now first we create one, so we get to define something, article 1621, and there's our drop down list, and then we save it, and then as soon as we save it, the method goes to the browser, and the server jumps to the controller, article controller with the same name. And there, inside there, the edit postback. And now we have the following. When it comes back, we have at the create is the ID 0, because there was a postback. The name was ASP postback //0, and then we came back, and we're here in the form data. These are the data which are sent with our form. Shift F9. Then we are at here, add it to my watch. Then I will see. We see here all the data which come with this at the postback. Inside the article there is the new article name which we have set, and we selected the ID base, the drop down base, which is refers to a base ID number. Now when we are there and the ID itself is 0, then the system says if you come back and the address of our field was /edit 0, and it comes back with the internal ID which is 0 at the beginning, then the validation will be true. So if validation is true, this is if integer field is integer, not empty, not null, for example, or if all values are text is not too long, and so. And then we go there. If the ID is 0, then we create a new data set. So we go say context. Context is our gate to the database server, and then we say drop in there the article, the article which is which comes from the postback. So the postback consists of an article class or a set data set, and we take it into this model as data, and then we say set this add the data to our database gate, and then we say save await, so await context save changes, so it transfers at this moment, it puts everything to the SQL server. And then we jump back to the index, and we close our context. And then now this is because we had it needed too much time, so we can take it again. So now when we are here in our and if we want to edit something, now we were at edit. When we look on the left corner, we are at edit /4, so edit and the ID. When we go there, we come to the article controller and we say not create, we say edit. So this one opens, it tries to open the edit form with this data. We come in there and the ID which comes on there, this makes AVC. The MVC control structure means if you write edit and 5, so this the router will move it on there. So this is edit, edit and the ID, because the URL is structured like this, and the router, which is somewhere in the startup, routes on there. Now system will do, it will create the drop-down list as we made before, an empty drop-down list simply to fill up the drop-down, the select list. And then we create a new data set which consists of the view model, which is an article, and the product. And inside, when we set this up, when we create it, we say article, then the group, and there from the data set take from the table articles, the DB set article, take single or default async, where the ID is the ID which comes from as an argument. And then we say jump to the edit view. Now we are at the edit view. We see that stuff. Now when I go to add a B and move something here and say save, then we come back to the same edit post back as a HTTP post. In the editor was written now we can see it here when we are in the browser. We will see as post post method is post, and then when we come there, we will see now we go step by step in there. Give me the article class or model or stuff data from there. That's why I called it data in this structure model article. And then I say if data are valid, everything is okay, then give me then normally Microsoft says okay, make it like this, context update data, so because this is inside there. But what we do is I would say okay, I simply take every single data set and I handle all those data sets, so single parameters or properties. So this is when we are there, we will take everything from the gate and then we modify it, and finally we set up the time. And after this we say save all those changes to the database. So this is the current data set which we change, and then we redirect to the index. We close our connection and we close it, the connection, and that's it. So the data set, now it comes back. It comes back because we go to the index. The view goes to index and list needs the data again. So we took this one, we created here the B somewhere there. But important is that what we did with this example, we took the article controller and we had the edit, and inside there from the article controller we came with the create or with the edit, jumped to the edit view and post it back to combined postback action, where we have where we create a new data set or where we update the data set. So this is MVC example, and you will find this example at my Core2.com here at update data, save edit view.